Hello there and welcome to once again another race here on the VB Thomas platform. Today it's the day of King of Leagues. It has returned. Well, I'm very thankful for myself for starting this out because it was about to die. So I'm very happy this is going to be done finally. I'm not here today alone by myself. I'm together. What the fuck am I saying? I'm together with Mr. Davino, which is gonna be who is gonna be my co-commentator. How are you doing, Davino?
I'm personally doing very great at the moment. How are you doing, Thomas?
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing great. You know, King of Leagues is back. We're going to be doing a little test race to see whether the telemetry is working, because we're going to be working with a telemetry this season. And for many of you guys who have no idea what King of Leagues is, I totally understand you. It's basically a league versus league event where a lot of leagues are going to be going up against each other. Today we've got 18 leagues in the lobby. We should be having 20 in 2 weeks. So hopefully we are going to be finding enough people to be able to do that. Enough leagues. We've got 2 signed up already, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And right now we're only going to be having a one-shot qualifying and a 35% race afterwards. So guys, please sit tight for this one-shot qualifying. We're going to put the track map on the the right bottom corner. As you can see, as we're currently on board with El Presidente, who's going to be racing for I have no idea, for Mulas Certacio Racing, as I still need to remember all the names in my head, and all the leagues were participating as well. Coming into turn 2 goes El Presidente, coming down the straight, zero is wide open for the Belgian driver as he's heading into turn 4. Long right-hander, a tight corner. You do want to watch out for the curb on the exit there. You don't want to end up in the gravel, obviously. Heading into turn 5, 6, and 7, a very difficult corner section here in Austria. Clips the curb a little bit too much, goes into the gravel, almost loses the car, but he recovers quite fine there, as he'll most likely won't be able to put himself anywhere near the top 10. As coming around these last 2 corners, which is going to be turn 9 and turn 10, a very tricky corner section as well. You don't want to clip the curb too much on the inside there, because you will be shot off track limits and your lap will be invalidated. So apparently we have got a pretty decent lap here in this one-shot qualifying. El Presidente unfortunately was only able to put himself in B17. Davino, is there anything else we saw during this one-shot qualifying?
Well, I saw a lot of people going deep into turn 2, which lost them a lot of time. I mean, that's thing with ABS. I mean, it's if you normally have the assist on, it's hard. It's gonna be hard driving with it off. But I mean, is ABS allowed?
No. It's allowed. It's allowed. Every assist is allowed.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be very close. I mean, between the top 10, I think it is, because they're only within a second. But I mean, then it goes from like 1 second to 1.5 seconds. So it's gonna be an interesting race to see.
100%. The thing is as well, these are just test drivers, so these are not necessarily the actual racing drivers that we will be seeing during the actual event as well. The leagues will not be scoring any points due to this test race, as we're currently testing the telemetry, of course. So we might be seeing some slight changes in pace here, with Thomas Lang being on pole today here for XR Racing League. But he was pretty close to P2 and P3 there. I think the top 3 was within 1/10 there. So this is promising to be looking... Well, this is looking to be a promising race going into a Grand Prix like Austria, because many overtaking opportunities here around Austria. It's one of my most favorite racing tracks, but also one of my most favorite tracks to commentate on, because the amount of battles that's going on here in Austria is insane. I would like to thank Mr. Anand in this lobby as well. I don't know if he's even watching. Anand, if you're watching, buddy, thank you very much for sorting this out. Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of effort trying to get these guys sorted, trying to get all the telemetry in the telemetry tool, and then of course supplying us with some beautiful looking standings and results. So Davino, going into a race like Austria, what are you expecting to see?
Lots of motor things on the straight, of course. I mean, it's gonna be into turn 2. I mean, there's gonna be lots of dive bombs. And turn 3. But I think for the rest of the track, you can't really overtake that much. So it's gonna be who has the least downforce and who is the quickest. Just well, 5 lights of course now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter too much. We've got 5 red lights here in King of Leagues, as there's already somebody who got a drive-through penalty for starting the race too soon. It seems like the top 4 has come through turn 1 beautifully enough, with Thomas Lang still in pole position. As he's coming into turn 3 right now, it seems like Yappy is trying to go down the inside. No, it's Payne that's finding his way around the outside. Still has his wheel alongside the Yappy Racing League driver. As Thomas Lang is currently trying to get away from these guys in the midfield, we're still looking at a very close grid there. Many of the guys inside each other. Well, not necessarily inside each other, but inside each other's slipstream, of course. As we might be looking at an opportunity for Rikstra here. Makes the overtake as well as El Presidente. Is he going to get overtaken by Kiknudi? Seems like he is. And here comes Ceylon. Makes the overtake as well on Kiknudi. He's losing places rapidly as now Zaza is trying to go down the inside. He backs out coming into turn 9 though. Wasn't really the corner where you want to go for a move, if I'm not mistaken. A couple of guys coming into the pits already. That's Raver and Little Dragon. As Thomas now gets the fastest lap of 1:8.8. As he's currently trying to size his gap. Payne that's coming around the outside. He's already got the DRS. He's going to try and make a move. Oh, they're going 3 wide into turn through 3. Oh, but Payne that takes the lead of the race. Yappy and Thomas Lang currently having a heated battle with each other. Who comes out ahead? Seems like that will be Thomas, with Yappy currently ghosted. Did he have a collision with Thomas? Could be BP now making an overtake. As he gets overtaken again by Yappy going into turn 4. Is there anything else happening on track, Davino?
Well, I mean, that double overtake from Painstead, I mean, beautiful. That's what I mean with the DRS. It's going to be very powerful on the straights. I mean, we also have, of course, the 3 people with the drive-thrus already pitting. But they're already, I mean, they didn't lose as much time as you normally would, so they're only 11 seconds behind, which I think if enough fights will happen on the track, they could maybe even close that gap.
BP now trying to make an overtake. He had the DRS, but not enough pace coming down the straight. DRS wide open for Yappy and BP. Now again, is he going to go for the outside line? No, it's Thomas trying to make an overtake. Takes the lead of the race with Loris going down the inside. He takes out Thomas, but it's not too much of an incident there between the 3 drivers. Payne that's still in the middle of both. And let's see whether Loris can do something about that. Seems like he is. Down the inside he goes. Thomas cutting off the corner as he does collide with Loris. This seems like a very tricky overtake there for the Dutch driver. Payne that's now back into the top 2 with BP hanging on tight, trying to go down the inside. Is he going to go for a move? Seems like he isn't. Waiting. Maybe down the straight with the DRS he will be able to make an overtake. In the midfield we're looking at some battles as well here from Seelan. As he's trying to make an overtake on Rikstra. It's the Torque Titans Racing League driver who's holding up strong currently in the midfield in P9 with Yappy already getting his first 3-second time penalty. There's already 3 drivers with a penalty right now, as we might want to have a look at the top battles again with Loris back in P3, but I think he's going to go for a move again. He's got a lot of straight line speed compared to Payne that's and Thomas. As Payne that's is now going to go down the inside into turn 3. Is he going to make it stick? Seems like he is. Loris finding the gap down the inside. Makes the overtake. Almost forces Thomas off track. As I think Loris is still not done with Thomas. Thomas hanging on tight around the outside. As it's going to be a 3-way overtake again. Loris down the inside. Look at that overtake from the Dutch driver. And he makes it stick. They're coming out of turn 5 side by side. Is it going to be enough for Loris this time around? Seems like it is. Thomas still in P2 with Yappy now finding his way past Bandits. And this seems to be a very promising race going into the next 21 laps. You there?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was watching fights, think about something to say. Well, I mean, Thomas Lang has about the same ERS as Loris, but they're both on different strategies. But I think we've seen Thomas Lang going for an overtake on the straight with the DRS. He's completed the move. I mean, but he spins it there. Well, he keeps it going, but I mean, well, he's down into P4, which isn't ideal for him.
No, and you mentioned the strategies as well. We're looking at a lot of aggressive driving there. BP going down the inside, unsure what's happening to Thomas at this point in the race because he's getting attacked from all over the place. But we're saying, I mean, what we were saying was the different strategies here. Only 3 drivers currently on the hard tires, being Thomas, being Zaza, and being Bo all the way in P14. So we are definitely going to be seeing Thomas trying to get a better strategy working for him at the end of the race, probably going on to a medium or a hard or a soft set of tires. As we're now coming down the straight into turn 1 they go. Hopefully no aggressive moves from anyone heading into turn 1. Everyone knows better, and that's the lovely thing we see here in a King of League. Somebody is going wide, though. That was Kalen, or Seelan, whatever his name is. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, buddy.
God, Yappe on the straight now almost loses the car there. He manages to keep it going. Will he try and make an overtake here on the straight? I don't think he will. He put his ERS off. He signed to side with Painzat. Painzat also almost loses. I mean, it's just a lot of people losing the car on I'm sorry. Fuck. Back to you.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are losing a lot of grip just because Austria is such a difficult track. You've got a lot of tire wear here, and that's why they also decided to go from mediums to hards rather than going from hards to from mediums to softs, for example. Well, we're still unsure what tire they're going on. Will they be going on the hards? Will they be going on the softs? I'm pretty sure some drivers will be going on to the softs, but I think they're just making a mistake there. It just depends on how long they're going to stick on these medium tires, and then we can base it off that. As we're currently looking at Payne that's trying to go down the inside. Is he going to make an overtake? A little lockup there from Yappe. Is Thomas going to benefit from this? Back into the slipstream of Payne that's as they're clinching wheels there. Payne that making it out ahead of Yappe, as Thomas is now going to try and make a move on the Yappe Racing League driver. Down the inside he goes, forces him a little bit wide as Payne that kind of loses the car there a little bit. Is he going to lose momentum heading into sector 2? Seems like he isn't, as Yappe is still stuck with that 3-second time penalty.
There's Thomas Lang, who has a lot of overspeed. Coming out of that corner, he hit the back of Painstad. But, I mean, he shouldn't go side to side in this corner. But, good job for him, putting out there. Oh, Painstad almost spins the car around. But with the DRS, Thomas Lang will try and make an overtake into turn 1. He may complete the overtake and maybe will even try going for Loris on this straight.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the DRS and it's just so powerful because heading out of turn 3, you've got the DRS as well. And let's see whether he can make that work for him. And he just needs a good exit coming out of turn 3. A lot of overtakes there heading into turn 3 as well. Payne that's getting overtaken by Yappe, now almost losing the position to Harv as well, as there's a lot of carnage there. Payne that's retired from the session, and there's most likely going to be either a safety car or a virtual safety car, and it appears to be a virtual safety car. Payne that's is out of the race.
I really do not know what happened there.
There's a big gap in between P5 and P6. Riksta, who managed to get into the top 6 with a 10-second time penalty now. That will be doing him no good, as he will drop back all the way to P12.
I think he went on the brakes. I think he needed to let someone by, but they didn't overtake him there. And because of that, he brake tested a few people, and I think that's why BP has damage to his front wing and now will pit.
A lot of guys coming into the pits already. It's Yappe, it's BP, it's Luke, and it's Keek Nutty. As it seems to be green flags all over the place. Boogity, boogity, boogity for us Cars fans. As we're heading into lap 9 out of the 25, it's the battle between Loris and Thomas Lang. A big gap from Harv two lorries, a 2-second gap there, if I'm not mistaken, with Alkai trying to battle the third, well, for third place here. Not close enough to make an overtake heading into turn 4, so we will be looking at some other battles. Oh my.
Got a DRS train from P5 to P8. I mean, not really a DRS train like that, but they can't seem to get past each other.
Yeah, it seems really tricky. Sometimes Austria is a track where you're seeing plenty of overtakes like we saw in the top 3 earlier. But then on the other hand, it's just such a powerful track when you have the DRS, when you have the ERS being on the front line, in the front position of this little DRS train. Because look at how Rixa is pulling away. If P2, in this case, P5 and P6 are going to be battling with each other, they're going to lose time to the P4 driver. Yes, we might want to be looking at Zaza here into the slipstream. Here comes Froxy around the outside. Rixa doesn't leave any space. And here comes Zaza down the inside. Crashes out a couple of guys. Although I'm unsure whether that's Zaza's fault, if I'm being honest.
Zaza didn't even hit them. Well, I mean, we'll see at the end of the race with the reports, maybe. But Zaza have been overtaken by almost everyone because of this. I mean, Bo has gone through, and this is, back to you.
Yeah, so you've got Zaza getting overtaken by everybody. Bo, who's made up a lot of positions. I want to have a quick look with the position changes here from Bo. Already made up 10 positions, and so did Rixa. Although I think Rixa is now coming into the pits, isn't he? Yes, indeed, he is coming into the pits, going onto another set of hard tires, with Bo most likely trying to stretch those hard tires until lap 15. Zaza trying to find his way around Bo. It doesn't seem to be as easy as it sounds. Coming down the straight now, DRS wide open. Froxy almost in DRS range of Bo there. As we might want to head into turn 3. Bo not taken out. Ooh, this is not great. This is not looking great. Bo, not sure what that was, buddy. I know you're listening. But he just, I don't know. Well, yeah, back to you.
And what we say then if something like that happens, like David Crofty said in Great Britain, through goes Zaza.
Yeah, he got P3 now. He got revenge for the amount of positions that he lost earlier. We might want to have a quick look with Kicknutty here as well, as he's trying to go down the inside of Luke Bailey, and he leaves enough space around the outside, makes the overtake done. Although I think BP is trying to make an overtake now on Luke Bailey. He goes around the outside. That's a move I've never seen before. BP, is he going to make up that position? They collide though, but nobody crashes out. And what a move from BP. I've never seen that before in that corner.
That's a beautiful thing round the outside. I've also personally never seen that. We got just looking at the pit stops. At this moment we got virtually Yappy in P1, Alkai I think in P2 and Half in P3, but P2 and P3 are fighting with each other for the P2 position, with Half actually having the DRS wide open on the straight when we try and make an overtake on him at the moment, but he was having a look, but he didn't go for it.
Yeah, these guys have got to think about their cleanness as well, because this is just a test race. But then on the other hand, it gives us as league owners or event owners a view on how clean and how dirty certain drivers, certain leagues are. So we can definitely tell already which leagues are going to be going are going to be putting clean drivers into the actual races and who isn't. So maybe that's what Harv is thinking at the moment. Is he going to go for a move here into turn 1? No, he's not alongside. He's going to wait. Does have another DRS opportunity coming out of turn 1. Alkai didn't seem to have a great exit coming out of turn 1. Here comes Harv. DRS wide open, and he makes an overtake coming down the straight.
Also, we got Bo in the DRS zone now on Zaza. It's a fight unfolding. It's gonna be fun to watch some fights between top field, but I mean, at the back of the field are also there's always some fun fights. It's very mixed in pace at the moment.
Thomas Lang currently coming into the pits. What tires will he be going on? Most likely the medium tires, otherwise he won't be able to last the end of the race. And he is indeed going on to the medium tires. Where is he going to end up in? It's most likely going to be behind Harv and Alkai, or isn't he? They're now coming out of the last corner. Thomas Lang is already out of the pit lane. And where will he end up in? It's going to be ahead of Harv and Alkai. And what an undercut. Well, an overcut from Thomas Lang. What a strategy from the EXA Racing League driver.
I really thought Thomas Lang would come out behind them if I was... well, it's Alkai sending it down the inside and he completes the move. Beautiful, but even with the DRS, Harv is fighting back on the straight with his ERS, not having too much ERS anymore, so he has to back out of that one.
Yeah, and it was a little bit of a push and pass move there from Alkai, if I'm not mistaken. He kind of forced Harv a little bit wider coming out of turn 3, and that gave him an opportunity making that overtake coming down the straight, especially with that DRS opportunity. We're looking at some other overtakes here from Hambo and Froxy all the way at the back of the grid, with Zaza now coming into the pits. Lori is getting a 3-second time penalty, as it might be worth mentioning the amount of penalties that we are having already here on track. Little Dragon having the most penalties, unfortunately enough, 12 seconds in total, and the rest of the drivers who you see on track right now have 3 seconds of time penalties.
Just to mention, Zaza has actually pitted, and if he's fast enough, I mean, he will probably overtake Bo back with maybe a second or two between them.
Alkai and Harv are still having a heated battle. Here comes Harv with an overtake thanks to the DRS. He is patient enough to wait for an overtake coming out of turn 3. Well, unlike Alkai, I'm not saying you did a dirty thing there, Alkai, don't worry. It's just some drivers are preferring to make an overtake coming out of turn 3. Other drivers are preferring to make an overtake when going into turn 3. And that's quite unique, if I'm being honest. Like, the amount of different mindsets on a racing track is quite mind-blowing, if I'm being honest. Like, you've got different type of drivers. There's one driver currently coming into the pits. Is that Yape? No, it's Bo coming into the pits, as he still has to put on the medium tires.
Regarding to what you just said, I mean, with the different mindsets, on my mindset, it's only the only thing I think is just patience is key. I mean, I don't know what you think about that, but that's the thing I keep in mind while league racing.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you're keeping the safety of everyone around you intact, and that is one of the most important keys as well. When you're patient, you're going to be more consistent. When you're more consistent, you're going to be getting better positions, and most likely benefit from the drivers who are not patient enough. We're going to be crashing, we're going to be making mistakes, and then you're going to be able to gain a lot of points and positions there, as well as Zaza now finds his way down the inside of Keknudi. His name is, by the way, not Keknudi, but it's quite easy to read it like that. Zaza with a dive bomb heading into turn 4. Quite a beautiful move. It kind of reminded me of Ricardo back in 2000 and whatever, whenever he was in the Red Bull car. It was a beautiful move there from Zaza. He saw a move, he saw an overtake, he saw a gap down the inside, and he went for it. Froxy, who now DNFs on track, and is that going to cause a yellow flag? It seems like it does, but no safety car coming out on track right now.
No, that's because he didn't put himself into a wall or anything. Just press pause and retire there.
Here comes Kalen Brox making the overtake, and it's well, Zaza, who is once again going to try and make a move down the inside. BP is trying to run away there together with Luke. They're not even together. I was talking about Luke trying to get away there, as Kalen and Zaza are having a heated battle, and it seems like he's able to do so, creating a 5-10 gap to to Kalen at the moment. As you might want to go on board with somebody else. Alkai and Harv are pretty close to each other as well. You might want to have a quick look with the penalties. No, the tires. So we want to see who still has to come back into the pits. Thomas, I mean, he's got a 1.8 second gap to Jappe, and he's even on faster tires as well. Loris still having to come into the pits. Somebody is going pretty slow there. Kai now making the overtake on Harv. Beautifully done by the ORL driver, as ORL seems to be represented quite well here by Alkai.
Something I'm very much noticing this race is Harv not being as not saving as much ERS as Alkai is. I mean, just coming out of this corner alone, Alkai is on 60 and Harv is on 20. So I mean, different strategies, but will the saving of ERS help Alkai at the end of the race?
Yeah, that could be the case. I mean, the thing is as well, you gotta look at the different tires that they're running. Not necessarily the different tires, but Harv is on 1 lap old fresher tires, and at the end of the race that could make a difference. Now the problem with Harv is he's got a 3-second time penalty, so it's not really a battle between Harv and Alkai based on the penalties alone. Thomas Lang, who by the way doesn't have a penalty either. Jappe currently in the midfield. I mean, not necessarily in the midfield, but in the middle of nowhere. As he's 3 seconds behind Thomas, 5 seconds ahead of Alkai. As Alkai is going to go for a move again down the inside. Harv has to let him go through. And Loris now on the soft tires. He's going to make this look very interesting.
I always love three-way battles, because like it isn't a DRS train. I mean, starting from 4 or 5 people is going to become a DRS train, but 3 people is just like fighting on straights and corners. Well, just personally, that's something I love. But I think that's Alkai who just fully lost the car there.
Yeah, it seems like he had a little collision there with one of the 2 drivers, as Loris now finds his way into the top 3. Alkai now has to put the pressure on his very own shoulders to stick within the 3 seconds of both Loris and Harv if he wants to get a chance on that podium. So you might want to go on board with Zaza trying to chase down Kalen there, or Seelan, or I'm just going to call him Box. I think that's more easy there. Zaza coming down the straight, DRS wide open. Is he going to make a move into turn 1? Seems like he backs out of it, back to the slipstream into turn 1. As Box is going a little bit deeper there, 3-second time penalty on top of it. As Zaza is going to go for a move here. Down the inside he goes. And that's going to be moved on for Zaza. The inside line is preferably better, as Bo is trying to find his way around Box as well, but he just couldn't find the gap down the inside. Didn't have a good exit, as he might want to go down the inside here. Box around the outside. What is Zaza going to do? Bo trying to find his way down the inside. Is he going to have a good exit? Maybe he's going to make a BP move here around the outside. Is he going to make it stick? Seems like he isn't. And BP is the only one who can make it around the outside in that corner.
It's still a battle between Harv and Loris, actually. I don't know how he's kept up with that. It's, that must be... I mean, he's using all of his ERS. He has enough fuel. It's he's just found his flow, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't even think the soft tires will be good around lap 24, 25. So I think Harv will have the advantage there. Maybe not as much, but still the soft tires go off rather quickly here in Austria. So you might want to go on board with Kalen and Zaza. Zaza still sticks it down the inside. Box was trying to find his way around the outside, and he's going to with the DRS, of course. Bo now with the DRS as well, making the overtake, coming down the straight. Down the inside he goes, almost taking out Box there, but just broke in time. And Luke Bailey is just waiting and watching this battle unfold.
As I said, always beautiful battles between 3 people. As so I always there's Bo and Zaza on very different strategies as in Box. I mean, both on the mediums, which mean they should be faster, of course, than in Box. But I mean, they could have also already fallen off, and I don't know that. But it's gonna be Bo making a move on the straight. Zaza also getting in that slipstream. Will we see Zaza make the move down the inside? No, we won't, but we may see it on the second straight, or onto Bo, or maybe onto Box.
DRS for both Box and Zaza, as Luke Bailey is still patiently waiting for a mistake from anyone ahead of them. Loris on the tail of Yappe, as it seems like he gained a lot of time on the Yappe Racing League driver. We are running a different type of strategy here between the both drivers. Yappe running 13-lap-old hard tires. He's got a penalty. Loris running 3-lap-old soft tires. So they're going to be better, way better here at the later stages of this race. Is he going to try and make a move already? No, he's going to wait coming out of turn 1, preferably with a better exit. And it seems like Yappe lost car somehow, but still has a better exit than Loris. DRS wide open, ERS wide open for Loris. Around the outside he goes. And is that going to be enough for Loris? Oh, he cuts the corner. Well, not necessarily cuts the corner, but cut the gap from Yappe. Yappe still has a great exit coming out of turn 3. Is it going to be enough? Yes, indeed it is. And DRS is going to be too powerful here in Austria. That's one thing we can conclude from this race.
I actually got someone already with 15 seconds of penalties. I mean, that's something to try to turn around next race.
Yeah, and it's something that, as we said before, patience and consistency is key. And the drivers who have penalties... Oh, look at that! Zaza getting pushed onto the gravel. That was not clean racing there from Box. Just didn't acknowledge the driver around the outside. And now Luke Bailey is going to go for it, isn't he? Oh, no, he's still waiting. Come on, Luke. I know you can hear me. Just go for a move, bro.
Actually, with the DRS, I mean, will you see Box making a move on this second straight? It's gonna be close, I think, with only 0.5 of a difference between them. He's not using as much ERS. I think he wants to wait until the third straight, but also Zaza coming very close to him. Heading into sector 2, Bo with a nice exit. It's Satan Box also with a better exit than Bo. He's not using any ERS at the moment.
Loris being really on the tail of Yappe as we're heading into the last lap of this race. It's the Dutch driver against the league owner himself. Are they not both league owners? I think they are. It's Loris, the league owner of Lightning Racing Competition, if I'm not mistaken. Loris, my apologies if I'm mistaken. And Yappe, obviously from Yappe Racing League, heading into lap 25 out of its 25. This is a battle for P2. Still a battle for the podium, as it seems like Harv is really catching up here to the both of them. As Caleb Box now gets a 3-second time penalty, and these guys all have 3 seconds time penalties. But look at Alkai, he's got no penalties, but he's inside 3 seconds of Harv. So let's see how this battle is going to unfold. Loris still on the tail of Yappe, and it seems like these soft tires are definitely wearing out. The arrow is wide open coming out of turn 3. Is he going to be able to make a move? Is he going to be able to make a move? Down the inside he goes, and he shoots through. Look at that from Loris. He's going to have a better exit. Clinging wheels with Yappe now. Yappe is not giving up though, but he has to give in, unfortunately enough. Harv might be able to still make an overtake on Yappe as we're heading into sector 3. Who is going to have the better exit coming out of turn 10? Is it going to be Harv? Is it going to be Yappe? Yappe doesn't seem to have a better exit coming out of turn 8, so he's not going to be able to make a move into turn 9. Maybe Harv can still do wonders. Oh, he cuts the corner. Loris is lagging though. Not sure what happened there, but Loris takes P2, Yappe in P3, and Harv in P4. Apart from that, we're looking at Luke Bailey. Oh, that is insane, as Luke Bailey now in the last corner makes an overtake on Bo. Although he had that position in the bag anyway due to penalties. Hembo got really close there as he gets P8. And indeed, Harv drops back to P5 because of penalties, only by 200ths of a second. Apart from that, we're not seeing any position switches here at the back of the field. El Presidente finishes in P16, and we will be going through the grid later on when the results are there.
Very easy race for Thomas Lang, but for the rest of the grids, it's a few beautiful fights.
Yeah, I mean, it's the strategy. The strategy was just too powerful here. He started on the hard tires. He was able to get along with the top three there, trying to stick within the slipstream, not necessarily making too many aggressive overtakes, and he just won the race on the medium tires at the end of the race. We're looking at Thomas Lang from EXA in P1, Loris from Lightning Racing Competition in P2, and Jappe from Jappe Racing League in P3. We will be going over the grid together with the leagues as well as I mean, obviously it is going to give you a little view on which leagues are participating. So Alkai is racing for ORL, Overtake Racing League. Then we've got Harvey racing for Universe of Racing. We've got BP in the room. He is racing for Intercontinental Racing. Then we've got Luke Bailey for PGS, which is going to be PGS F1 Esports. Hambo racing for Vortex Formula 1 Racing League. Zaza racing for... one second, Axel Racing League, and then Bo racing for Red Arrows Racing. Apart from that, we've got the other results there, and I'm going through the rest of the grid at the moment. So we've got Torque Titans Racing League driver is Riksta. We've got Little Dragon racing for European Racing Organization. Pain Deads, who crashed out during the race, racing for Nomex Racing League. Then we've got the Hungary Racing League, who unfortunately didn't put a driver for today, although they did, but he didn't show up, unfortunately. Apart from that, we've got El Presidente racing for Formula Certasio Racing, Kegnudi racing for Grand Prix Racing, and then Raver racing for Vini Vidi Vici F1, Froxy as well for Vre League Esports, and that are going to be the leagues participating not next week, but the week after. Davino, what did you think of the race in general? One second. Are you still there, Davino?
I accidentally muted my mic. Well, I really enjoyed the race. A lot of fights happening, and that's what we love to see. Also, a lot of people with very much of a pace difference. That's something to notice. But in 2 weeks' time, maybe someone will get enough practice and get lots quicker. And it's going to be also the tracks that people are going to be thinking about.
Exactly. Some very important information as well for the league owners, as well for the drivers. We will be having the same format of races, except for a short qualifying instead of a one-shot qualifying in 2 weeks. So the Friday leagues that are going to be participating is TTRL, Lightning Racing Competition. EARL is going to get replaced by Panos' league, which is... let me think real quick. It's a league, though. I can't quite remember which one it was, but they're going to get replaced as they didn't put a driver in the test race today. European Racing Organization, Universe of Racing, Jappe Racing League, Nomex, Vortex Formula 1 Racing League, ERS, and Hungary Racing League. Those are going to be the drivers racing or leagues racing on Fridays. Then on Saturdays, which is going to be the 22nd of February, the 1st of March, and the 8th of March, are going to be Overtake Racing League, Intercontinental Racing, Formula Certasio Racing, Axel Racing League, Grand Prix Racing, EXA Racing League, Red Arrows Racing, PGS F1 Esports, Vini Vidi Vici, and Vre League Esports. So please make sure that you are going to be there in 2 weeks' time. These results are going to get posted real soon. And then I would like to thank you for watching, as well as Mr. Davino and Anand for making up some time to commentate and obviously track the data for King of Leagues. Then I would like to thank everyone and have a nice evening. Guys, this was Wiebe Thomas and Davino as your commentators, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Peace out. Bye-bye.